For 6 long weeks, this village walked past a stroller no one owned and a dog who quietly refused to ever leave it. No one knew his name or where he'd come from. All anyone knew was that morning and night he was always there. He didn't chase cars or wander for food the way strays usually do. He simply stayed, watching the road in complete silence. Up close, though, his eyes told a different story than his stillness did. Wary of every sound, every shadow, every passing stranger. The cold rain came, and still he didn't move. Not for shelter, not for warmth, not for anything but this one small spot. Mornings came cold and gray, frost clinging to the grass, and still, he quietly stayed beside the only thing he had left there. That's when Mara heard about him. She volunteered at a small, quiet rescue 2 towns over, and she'd heard stories like this before. A dog that wouldn't leave a place, she knew, usually wasn't lost. He was waiting, so she began quietly leaving food each day. She never approached him directly, just left food at a careful distance and let him still watch her from behind wary, guarded eyes. He wouldn't eat while she was close, not at first, so she waited and let the silence between them slowly do its work. Weeks passed like that. Small offerings, long silences, a slow, careful negotiation between 2 strangers who didn't speak the same language at all. Mara never rushed him. She carefully learned his rhythms, when he'd eat, when he'd retreat, how far she could sit before he tensed. One afternoon, he let her close enough to see his collar. The fabric was torn, and whatever name it once held was gone. But it told her something important. This wasn't a dog without a home. This was a dog who'd had one and lost it. An old neighbor filled in the rest. A year before, a young family had lived just past the lot and left in a hurry. In the sudden rush, they'd left almost everything behind them, including a stroller, tipped on its side in the tall grass, forgotten there. No one ever came back for it. No one, it seemed, but him. It was the last thing that still smelled like them. And for 6 weeks, he had refused to let it go. There was no dramatic rescue here, no danger, just quiet, patient loyalty. Visit after visit, Mara closed the gap a little more, until one evening, he didn't pull away when she reached out her hand. When the leash finally clicked into place, he didn't fight it. He simply looked back once at the stroller he'd guarded so long. And then he walked away from it, beside her. No chase through the streets, no desperate capture, just quiet patience, rewarded at last. At the foster home, the pacing began almost immediately. He walked the length of the door again and again, standing his old watch. His foster family didn't push him. They let him choose, in his own time, whether this new place was finally safe enough to stay. Slowly, the pacing shortened. He started lying nearer to the family in the evenings, meeting their eyes quietly, instead of finally turning away. Weeks later, his foster family made it official. He wasn't a foster anymore. From that day on, quietly, he was simply theirs for good. Tonight, in a quiet house far from that overgrown lot, he sleeps beside a small child's toy, no longer quietly guarding an absence. For 6 weeks, he guarded an absence. Now he's simply part of a family, one that isn't going anywhere at all, ever again.